Welcome to Backseat Confessions Podcast. Slide into the backseat as we listen to mostly anonymous strangers tell us stories from their lives. I'm a rideshare driver in Atlanta, and the people getting in my car have absolutely no idea I'm going to ask them to share. My commitment to you is to tell at least a snippet of virtually every story recorded in my car in the order they were told to me. My hope is that you laugh, cringe, cry, but mostly connect to these amazing people. You may find a piece of your own story, or just feel more connected to the rest of us. Join us, won't you? So, hey, my new friend, this is an adult podcast. Themes and languages are definitely not suitable for everyone. Listener discretion is advised. All right. There's no point in you staying in and feeling lonely tonight. Jump in and let's see where the evening takes us. And sometimes when you're feeling the most alone, you just have to get out and meet some strangers. It may go well. It may go terribly. But most likely, it'll be both. Our first writer was not an easy interview. I honestly don't know what she was thinking or why she agreed to talk if she wasn't wanting to talk. But after some questions, we get little pieces of what she wanted to say.
Story number 311. Thursday, June 17th, 2021, 11:32 p.m.
I would say something that I wish I could have said would go to my best friend.
Okay.
He unfortunately passed away a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
But I would say would be to watch your back, because it's always the ones closest to you that wind up betraying you, in a sense. Or I would have just told him blankly to drop the guy best friend that he had at that moment, because I didn't like him. But I had good reason.
So what happened?
Long story short.
Yeah.
His guy best friend set him up. That was long story short.
Set him up like in
the sense of why he's no longer here.
Right. So there was was it a drug deal, or was it like a...
Why it automatically got to be a drug deal?
It doesn't. That's why I'm asking questions.
No, it was not a drug deal. It was more or less, he was coming to see me.
Okay.
And this girl that I was not cool with got her, whoever the boys was or whatever, got him shot up. That was basically the ordeal of the whole situation.
Wow. So this guy was your bestie at the time.
Yep.
He's coming to see you.
Yep.
And how does this other girl connect to either you or him?
She's irrelevant at this point. That girl is irrelevant. Long story short, Babe, shut up. She was mad at me because this guy that she wanted liked me.
Got it. Okay.
So
yeah.
It's
so there was some jealousy there. So she gets somebody else.
Yep.
Some of her people to shoot him up. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even...
That's the world we live in.
Yeah, that's so true. I am so sorry that happened. That is unbelievably I'd say uncool, but that's not the right word. That's just that's horrific is what that is. Wow. Yeah, and you said that the guy that actually was the trigger man was his best friend, or thought he was, or you're...
No, he wasn't the trigger man. It was more or less he told the other guys that actually did kill him where he was going to be at the time.
Oh my God, why would he have given his location away?
Your guess is as good as mine, because I do not know.
Wow.
I still ask that question to this day.
Right.
I do not know.
And these guys that went after him, what was their motivation? Like, who is this chick that she holds that much power over them? Or was there money involved? Or, like, what was the motivation for doing this? Like, that's a big deal to take someone's life.
They were her brothers.
Got it.
And they were crazy. Well, they are crazy.
They are crazy. Did they ever end up getting caught and paying?
Nope.
So they're just out still walking around?
Yep.
Wow. Why?
Your guess is as good as mine, because I do not know.
Wow. Taking a leap, and of course this is just but before that we started, we talked about how you've got an interest in the criminal justice system.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you said it's a family thing for you, which makes total sense.
Yeah.
But do you think that this plays a part in it, like of wanting to like
it plays a major part in it.
Okay, that makes a ton of sense. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Wow. Oh, man. Well, Christina, thank you for sharing. I'm so sorry that happened. And, man, I hope you make a difference in the criminal justice world. Catch the bad guys and not the good guys.
I'm gonna try.
Yes.
I'm gonna try.
Well, all the very, very best to you in that. I wish her all the best in the justice system. I hope she's able to make a positive difference. Sometimes, if you're raised not feeling like your voice matters, it makes sense that part of what you're drawn to would be to help others find theirs.
Story number 312. Friday, June 18th, 2021, 1:12 a.m.
I think maybe the first thing that came to mind, and probably something that's just been on my mind a lot lately, that I've just kind of been questioning. I've been working recently in a daycare, so I'm working with like 2-month-olds to like 4-year-olds, and so I'm just kind of seeing these really like developmental parts of their childhood, and also seeing how they kind of grasp these ideas and these concepts about like themselves and like how they fit in the world, and I think it's been making me reflect a lot on my childhood and just how I was always like the good kid, like you know, like no one had to worry about me, straight A's in the gifted program, all that stuff, like even throughout high school. And then, you know, I went to like a really good public college in North Carolina.
Nice.
So just kind of like, I don't know, I guess reflecting and realizing that, well, as I've become an adult and started kind of trying to make my own path and figure myself out, I've kind of realized that a lot of that was just like people pleasing and kind of subduing myself to really not like make anyone worry about me. Like, I think my mom had a lot going on and I knew that, and I think I was just a very observant like kid. And I just always like made a point of not making myself a problem ever. But I feel like that led to me now kind of being at a place where I'm like, who the fuck am I?
Right, yeah.
Sort of.
Right, yeah.
So like I've just been kind of like feeling that out and figuring that out, but just like reflecting because I've been talking with friends also who were in similar programs, like Gifted, those sorts of things, and how so many of them have these like stages of burnout, like in their early 20s and like, drop out or like, like there's just so many different things that kind of come into play. And it just like makes me wonder about how we're kind of like setting kids up. And like, I don't know, I just think there's a lot that can be done to educate everyone. I think just about like emotional awareness, emotional intelligence, of course, but just like, I don't know, I think I really could have used someone just seeing through my little kid BS of I'm the perfect child and and just like kind of helped me find a voice of my own at an earlier age, because I think now, I think I'm glad to be figuring it out on my own, definitely. I think it's a good thing.
What would you say, well, since you can't go back and change your past, where you're at right now, and you're sort of now you're in this place where you're watching other kids who kind of, you almost see yourself in them. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
What
definitely.
is it? Right. Okay. So you're talking about this like performance burnout, which makes total sense if you're, especially if you're a good girl doing all the right things, getting all the best grades.
Yeah.
So in so many ways, one could make the argument that you've been given a lot of wonderful advantages over people that didn't grow up like that.
Of course.
Right. So what is it that you want to do now that it fits you and helps make the world a better place?
Yeah. So I think what I've been figuring out is that I think I really want to help people be able to use their voice and realize that they can just kind of like, express themselves in a way that feels true to them. Yeah. And I think I also like study linguistics in school, and I'm thinking about getting into like speech therapy, speech language pathology.
Wow.
So I think in that aspect, I'll be able to work with kids who, might have some difficulties like communicating and expressing themselves, and kind of like, help them find a way to, navigate how like it feels to kind of be an outsider or kind of struggle with your words when people are very reliant on like norms of communication, and when people have different ways of communicating, it's often looked down upon or shamed out of people, so they learn to kind of subdue what would be most natural to them. So
Wow. Because I'd say you're very you have a really good command of the language, and you have amazing diction and all that stuff. So which is again these beautiful advantages given to you. So it's really fascinating that you have like a heart to not just kind of find your own way, but it sounds like help others kind of find their own way. So from someone who sounds like from something of a privilege, what could be construed at least as a privileged past. What do you think gave you this kind of desire to like take these things you've been given and help others?
Well, I think it would probably be just kind of, I think definitely when it comes to my education, I've been privileged, but I think that also came at the sacrifice of a lot of the things, that came from being raised by a single mother and, all of that stuff, that just like kind of comes along with that. Yeah. And so, but I think it probably just comes from that feeling of kind of knowing and being able to understand and empathize with those who, kind of feel that difficulty or disconnect in some way, and being able to help them express themselves better.
Yeah. Man, I love that. Well, I genuinely just wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think because you have such an amazing heart, and I love that your experience hasn't made you bitter. It's like it's made you thoughtful, and you know what I mean? Like that's a really cool thing.
Thank you.
And you're going to do well.
I really appreciate that. This is so cool. I've never experienced anything like this before. So,
well, thank you. Yeah, I found this little niche that I don't know of anybody else doing it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, thank you so much.
I like it. I think you're on a you have a good thing going. So
thank you. Well, I hope so. I'm super pumped about it. But thank you. I'm excited to see where you go. What a cool journey you're on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. This is a cool just random human connection type experience.
And that's what. Oh my God, you nailed it. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. But yeah, Thank you for getting it too. Yeah. Well, my dear, I hope you have an amazing night.
Have a nice
night. Such a thoughtful and kind soul. I hope she continues to recover from performance burnout and find ways to help others communicate. This story starts on an almost unbelievable decision that a restaurant made and then gradually goes in a whole different direction.
Story number 313. Saturday, June 19th, 2021, 3:21 p.m.
So, we all know that they just made Juneteenth a national holiday.
That's right. And for the listeners, today is actually Juneteenth.
Right,
That's
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And so I'm not going to put the name of my job out here or anything, but today at my job, they decided that they wanted to run a special.
Okay.
And so the special...
Can you give us a hint as to what the industry is? So it could be
a restaurant.
It's a restaurant.
Yes.
Perfect. That's all we need to know. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So they decided that today, out of all days, they wanted to run a fried chicken special, and the side was watermelon.
Okay, please tell me you're making a joke right now.
Nope, I'm very serious. So yeah, that's why I was supposed to be here all day, but I decided I was ready to go home because we all feel some type of way. I mean, your staff is 99% African American or Hispanic, and you guys really want us to be out here serving fried chicken and watermelon. I mean, I just really on Juneteenth, on top of that, I don't know if you were trying to, be
funny or cute.
Right, or cute, or just Juneteenth, but yeah, so that definitely rubbed the entire staff the wrong way. 3 people walked out.
Wow.
A lot of people were just I'm not serving that. I'm not going to the table saying that I'm serving fried chicken and watermelon because I don't want people to think that we're a laughing stock. But
because did you ever watch the show The Office?
Yeah.
Okay, this is something Michael Scott would come up with.
Right.
Yes, totally.
Yes,
and he think it was a great. So it's always funny to me.
But we know that that's the type of person he is. So people wouldn't really, we'll laugh at it and stuff.
Right.
But as far as taking offense, we might find it a little offensive, but it's not going to be so bad. But these are your workers that come to work every day.
Yeah.
And it's just we're already in the industry where we're just serving people all day. And then,
for sure.
So that just was funny. It wasn't funny at first, but
not
now it's funny because
but
it's seriously? Out of everything. I mean, you could have did fried chicken and mashed potatoes or whatever. You didn't have to do watermelon. So that was just funny, and I just needed to get that off my chest.
I love that. There's going to be a lot of people laughing as in what the hell is this idiot thinking?
Right.
So let's talk about for a second, not trying to make everything racial, but let's talk about what is the race that the owner, what race are they?
He's Caucasian.
So he's Caucasian.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right, which makes sense in terms of he's either an idiot or and since we don't know his name in the restaurant, tell me, as a boss, is he overall a good guy and he's just kind of naive and just an idiot, or is he kind of an asshole? What?
No, he's definitely an asshole.
He's an asshole.
Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
Well, then I don't feel bad. If hopefully all his staff will walk away then.
Right, and then we even said, can we at least change the sides? Or they said, we asked him, why did you choose watermelon? And he said that we just had so much extra watermelon, we didn't know what to do with it. There was so many different things.
Of course.
We work at a bar, okay? Y'all could have made watermelon mojitos or something as a special or anything. That was a very dumb excuse.
That's almost kind of, that feels I don't know if the word is sinister, but it feels like it's in a bad spirit to do that, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, have you thought about, Miss S, moving into a different, like in the same industry, but like moving to a different restaurant or doing something different because of this, or?
Well, not necessarily because of this, but I definitely don't.
Just in general.
Yeah, in general, because the restaurant business is not for me.
Just the whole industry is not for you.
Yeah, it's not. This is my first waitressing job.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I have to deal with this too.
Right.
On top of me already not wanting to be here. You're just pushing me out the door even more. So thank you. That's the push I needed. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
When you get ready to leave, on your way out the door, you can actually thank him and say, you being an asshole actually helped me find the next thing.
Exactly. I appreciate you, sir.
I've got a guy in my life who, at a very critical time in my life, I thought was like so mean and did all this bad stuff. And then if I ran into him today, which I've never spoken to him since, I would thank him because his being mean, I say that with air quotes, but it was, he was being an asshole. But his being an asshole to me
gave you that push and that motivation that you needed. Yeah.
To change my life. Yeah. So okay. So now let's dream for 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. So you're in 2 months, you're out the door. Where would you like to go, and then where do you think realistically you probably will go in terms of direction or whatever?
Well, actually, I'm already in the process of starting my Airbnbs. Next month, I'm going out to Washington, D.C., so I can get that started.
Wait. Okay, I love that. I love the Airbnb concept, so help me out. What does it mean that you're starting your Airbnbs?
Well, I'm getting ready to start subleasing and buying houses and things of that such. So
really,
yeah.
Okay, so do you own right now?
No, not right now. But that's why I'm going out to Washington so that I can start that process.
Okay, so you want to learn. Tell me what you want to learn.
Well, I mean, I already know a lot about real estate. I have my real estate license.
Yep. Oh, do you? Okay, awesome.
So.
Okay.
It's really it's nothing else that I really need to learn. I just need to get my feet out there. I've done all my research, contacted people, got all the advice that I need. So now it's just time for me to start. And so this situation and me ready to leave this job is just like, all right, well, next month I'm going out to Washington and I'm about to start.
Love it. Washington State, by the way, or did you say D.C.? Sorry.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. So is it like a program, or is it like what do they offer you? Do they offer you funding and take a piece of the action, or what do they offer?
Airbnb?
Yeah, like what are you learning? What are you getting in Washington D.C.?
Oh, are you asking me why I want to start there?
Oh, I'm so sorry. So you're not going to Washington D.C. to learn something. No. You're going there to relocate.
No, I'm not relocating. So I'm going to have Airbnbs in different states. They're not going to all be in Georgia. Oh. So the first state that I wanted to start renting houses and subleasing is Washington, D.C., because I did my research and it's not too expensive to live out there.
Right.
And it's a nice place to visit. A lot of people visit D.C. all the time. So that'll be a good place for me to start. And then, migrate to New York and California and things of that such.
Okay, so help me, because I love the idea. I used to be in the commercial real estate side of things, and I like real estate. I think it makes more sense to me than like stocks and stuff. Right. And I'm also a huge fan of the Airbnb and VRBO idea. So how do you, unless you have a massive war chest of money, how do you start buying properties, getting them? I know how you get the first one, right? It'd be just like the same as buying any house. But then how do you get the bank to let you buy the second, third, fourth, fifth? And like I said, unless you are just really, maybe you do. Let me ask you that first. Do you have a massive amount of money?
No.
Liquid?
If I did, would not be working at this job.
No. Okay. Well, I just want to assume. Okay, I'm guessing. All right. So what are the steps to a person like myself or you buying multiple properties and then getting them to cash flow? How do you get the banks to start to give you money and all the other ones?
So me personally, my parents, they know a lot of wealthy people.
Yep.
So I didn't have to go through a bank. I just went through my parents, and they set me up with a couple of people that I did a business proposal.
Heck yeah.
All of that good stuff. And they decided that I was eligible for the loan, so they gave me a loan to help me out so I can get my first couple started, and then we'll go from there.
Dang, girl.
And I'm happy that I didn't have to go through a bank because that would have definitely been a heck of a process.
Yes, it would. I want to throw in something as well.
Yeah.
I want to highlight this because I think this is so cool. One of the things that I've heard a lot of people, even within the black community, complain about is that, especially people that come from other countries, so let's say Indian or different communities, they tend to kind of help each other, pool their resources, whatever. And then I've heard some of my black friends say, man, I wish that us in the black community that we would pool our resources and help each other. So are most of the friends that you're connected to, the wealthy friends, are most of them black, or are they all over the map in terms of color?
Well, first of all, they're all older.
Okay.
So none of them are around my age.
Of course.
And yes, they are African American.
That's amazing.
But it's just the fact that it comes down to, people that are your age that you want to support you, or, some people that are older than you that are the same race as you, and you want them to support you. Like, how Africans have their hair shops and the Chinese have their places and all of that, but it's just like when it comes to African Americans, we can never just come together and support each other. It's like we rather see each other doing bad because we don't want to see each other doing better than one another.
Sort of the misery loves company type of thing.
Which is
what your
so
point
sad.
Is.
And
But what I'm saying is, it really, we sort of accidentally got to this point in the conversation, but that really warms my heart, and I think it's going to give other people hope that as a community, you're seeing your own people support you in this. Like, how freaking cool is that?
Right.
And I hope that they make a tremendous return on their investment in you.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And I know, and then I just hope that you are wildly successful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and because you're beautiful inside and out. So first of all,
thank you.
Yeah, but you have a really beautiful spirit, you do, and I'm always grateful when I see young people, especially young people of color, get in my car who are moving forward, doing something good in life, and they're coming from a place of joy and stability, and there's good things going. I don't know why, it just always warms my heart, and it feels like it's the answer to so many of the things that plague us as a nation.
It is
kind of the little path you're on right now. So god dang it, I love it. So thank you for brightening my day.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And I really hope your story, I hope the story was started out as a dumb guy doing watermelon and chicken and fried chicken, I should say. That
might definitely if any of my friends or my coworkers hear this, then they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's talking about us.
That's right.
Yes, I am.
I love it. But I love that we went from that to people.
Something uplifting.
Uplifting in your own community, and that because you get into this world of real estate, and let me tell you, it is a very addictive world. Once you get into it, and it's arguably one of the best ways to build wealth imaginable. So you are on a great path. So any which way, I wish you just nothing but the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It really did sound like a Michael Scott from The Office idea to do fried chicken and watermelon on Juneteenth. It's so stupid, it's funny. But mostly, excited for this young lady's journey into the world of short-term rentals, and I love that she's getting her start from her own network. A lot to celebrate there. Riverside Preparatory Academy has come up before in past seasons of Backseat Confessions. It is a military academy in Georgia where some parents send their boys if they feel like they are too out of control.
Story number 314. Saturday, June 19th, 2021, 9:44 p.m.
What's your story for us this evening? This
My
wet, rainy
story
evening.
is on this beautiful Atlanta evening, headed to the best bar in Atlanta.
Yep.
Is a time, pretty recent. It was my high school experience, my senior high school experience. So, I come from a very, traditional Christian conservative family.
Know all about that.
I was fucking around. I was smoking dope. Just being a bad kid, being a hoodlum.
Right.
I was working at Chick-fil-A. I was about 17 years old.
Which, by the way, as a good Christian boy, working at Chick-fil-A is almost like a
stereotype. Stereotype is what you're looking for.
It makes me so happy, and thank you for filling in that word. Yes.
So, very Christian vibe. And one day, I was in the kitchen of my parents' house, and I was getting ready to go to work, and I saw these emails from my mom, from the school counselor. And this school counselor so happened to be a school counselor for a school in Gainesville, Georgia. It was Riverside Military Academy.
I know all about Riverside.
And,
Wait, were you at Riverside?
So, me fucking around, not living up to the status quo of the good Christian family.
They sent your ass to military school.
They actually called into Chick-fil-A and said, we're going to be, retiring is Tyrone, excuse me.
Yeah, retiring
Tyrone, essentially. And, the next morning I woke up and they said, we're going to go check this place out. And they didn't really tell me what, but I had already known because of the emails. And sure enough, they dropped me off. We drive a couple hours to this military school, and they said, this is it, son. This is your new home. And for the next year and a half, I lived at a private boarding academy. And
overall, what was your experience like there?
Honestly, it was pretty good. It had its ups and downs for sure. It was definitely a big change in daily routines, but it was pretty good. I definitely saw some really weird shit. It's guys only school. We're living in barracks. So definitely some weird shit, but overall it helped me mature for sure. Good. But that's kind of my crazy story. But the funny part about that is, before I saw the emails, the manager of the Chick-fil-A told me the night before, Tyrone, you're going to boarding academy. And I said, fuck you.
Ooh.
So it wasn't great at first, but I adjusted, and now
you do.
I'm living life. Made it out of there. Went to grade school in South Carolina for a little bit, but
nice.
Now I'm working in the construction industry. I manage a small business, and
very cool, dude. Okay, so I
made it out, but it was definitely a kind of crazy time in my life.
Yeah, right. So here's maybe one of the litmus tests, I guess, in a sense. And your opinion on this may change as you get older, but right now, let's say you have a kid, boy, and he kind of ends up acting out, blah blah blah. It kind of follows the same path. Would you send him there as okay, this is tough love, it's gonna help you, or would you be you know what, I'm just gonna stick it out with you, gonna kind of realize this is sort of a boys will be boys, they'll grow out of it? Where do you land on that?
I think I would probably show him a little leniency and give him a second chance, but if it got into legal issues where I don't know, you're getting caught up with the wrong crowd or something, I would definitely ship your ass out. But
got it. So
if you're doing the same shit I was doing, I'll cut you some slack, but only so much for sure.
Okay, but that's fair.
My parents, they were, they do not put up with any sort of bullshit whatsoever.
Yeah, they have a zero tolerance policy for nonsense.
Definitely.
I love it.
There are some,
God bless them.
I'm one of 8 other kids.
Oh my God, dude. Wait, you're one of 8, or there's you and 8 more?
I'm one of 8.
Okay, so you come from a big family.
Big family. There are some, really successful ones in there for sure. Yep. So that's kind of my competition, but that was, I think the successful ones are proof of the strictness and the laying down the law.
Yeah, it's taken me a while to get here because I was raised strict. very, very Christian environment, like obsessively. And I definitely had a lot of hurt and burnout from it initially. And I think as I've worked through it, I realized that every single one of us raised in this Western country is like we're all going to push back on our upbringing, no matter what it was, whether you're raised in like, you know, dirt poor, the streets and the hood and the trailer park, whatever that is, or if you were raised with like absolute wealth, you know, the silver spoon, you know, proverbially in your mouth, you're going to push back. So it's taking your experience and saying, what are the things that I got from it that made me who I am today?
Right.
Not let it. It's a little bit like, you know, the saying where you chew the meat and spit the bones. You can't accept everything, but you have to like take the good parts, because there's good parts to every type of thing. So yeah, it's cool that you're at that point where you're like, you know what, it's not all bad the way I was raised, and you're learning to move forward and
it really isn't, and I totally you know, respect it. And I mean, I honestly would probably do the same for my kids to a certain extent, but providing, you know, with everything, it has its ups and downs. But I mean, for the most part, you know, it was good for me. I think it was good for my siblings, and that's
cool.
But yeah, that's kind of my crazy story, getting shipped off to boarding school. Yeah, man. I've been there. I attended a graduation ceremony for one of my son's friends, and it was he was not a happy camper to be there. So but you know, whatever. It's like you said, it was his parents didn't arrive at it lightly, and I think it's probably been more help to him than harm, even though he probably hated every minute of it. But, you know, and so it's, it was torturous for, you know, some kids, but they just couldn't, you know,
couldn't deal.
One night I just, you know, in the first initiation month, they have a 30-day initiation cycle. You don't have your phone. You're not talking to any of your old friends. I didn't have my phone for like a year almost, so I had like no outside contact. But
that's hard.
You just got to sit there and really just accept it. And that's the best way to get over it. Kind of with anything, I just sat on my bed and I said, you know what, I'm here.
This is my new reality.
This is my new reality. You know, if I make it out, you know, everything will be okay. Just gotta tough it out here for a little bit, but
that's good. All right, so let's do this before we wrap this up.
Sure.
Let's pick one or two of the absolute just craziest Riverside stories out there. Like what?
All right,
let's do it.
The two craziest. So one time, I was not around for this, but one of my counselors told me about this. He walks in on this kid who's just, you know, pretty fucked up. There were a lot of drugs, a lot of synthetic drugs present.
Oh, really? Wow.
But he was shoving a stick of deodorant up his ass.
Wow.
So that was kind of a crazy one. I heard about that one. The one I witnessed was, if you do what's called a class 1 violation, if you get in a really bad fight, if you fail a drug test after every break, you're going to get what's sent on Eagles Challenge. And Eagles Challenge is 2 days with 2 supervisors. You go up to Dahlonega, I believe, to Mount Yonah.
Which is a beautiful place, by the way.
So biggest kid stays on a like medic transport rack. You're with all the other bad kids. You have to carry that kid up the mountain. You're fed very minimal. You sign a waiver of liability beforehand. You know, I'm going to consent to do this. If I don't, I'm going to be asked to leave the school.
Right.
So this is basically your second chance. You have to shave your head.
Nice.
And this kid, I think he got a drug offense. And he just didn't want to do it. And one night I got to a leadership position. I was checking some rooms. And I saw this kid literally attempt to break his arm by having another student jump on his shoulder to prevent going on. And I actually have a video of it on my phone. But that was pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy. So you've got a kid putting a deodorant thing up his ass, and then
getting caught,
which that one to me is kind of like if you're that high in synthetics, that's not
it's not good.
It's not good. But I'm saying in the world of like freaking out on synthetic drugs, that's kind of par for the course.
Right.
Being in your somewhat of your right mind and asking someone to break your arm, bro. That's I'm just gonna say
it was just some wild high school shit.
Yeah.
I don't know who these kids were trying to impress, but
yeah. Gosh. Well.
But I mean, I learned something from it. I mean, I learned like the man I want to be, and I, really helped me come to the realization like what I have to do to, get somewhere in life that I'm happy with.
And I think overall the military, that's, for whatever the reason, as boys, I guess we're kind of dumb in a lot of ways, a lot of us, and it's just like some of us just need that like kick in the butt. It's like that discipline, that whatever, to like get our head unstuck. So
for sure. No, it was good. I have no bad feelings towards Riverside at all. It was a great experience. But
that's cool. Well, man, thank you so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I love that he has a positive view of what the school gave him. Some kids fight it and maybe don't get what they should or could from the experience. As we alluded to, no matter what your background growing up is, there is usually a way to take something positive from it and use those lessons to build something good in our lives. This couple takes us through the story of how they met and the process that led them up to actually becoming romantic partners.
Story number 315. Monday, June 21st, 2021, 10:19 p.m.
I guess I'll try to tell the story of how we got together.
Yeah, okay.
I'll probably get some parts wrong. Yeah, she'll get it right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Most couples have that, and then the woman usually ends up correcting the guy on... Yeah. That's just normal. All right, I like it.
All right, so I get started like senior year of high school. Well, graduating.
Yeah.
I headed off to college. Won't say where, of course.
Yeah.
And I was going with my best friend at the time.
Okay.
And he kept telling me about this girl that he was talking to.
Okay. Oh no.
So shut up. So
okay, sorry. Yeah.
We get to the college. I'm gonna skip over like the Skyping and all that because it doesn't matter. But we get to the college and we're all hanging out like normal. I'm kind of like third wheeling with them or whatever.
Yeah.
And everything's cool at first, but then things happen and
we gotta be specific on like things happen.
Okay, you wanna?
I'll try to chime in a bit.
Okay.
So,
Mrs. Gordon.
Whenever I first arrived at college, I had been speaking to this young man for about...
now, this young man being the best friend or being Mr.
Friend.
Gordon? Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
We met through a mutual party of the best friend.
Okay, yes.
And I have been talking to, not formally dating, this person for about a good 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
We had met right before we had went into the same college.
Yeah.
And we had just FaceTimed for a long time.
Okay.
And as we were talking, he kept mentioning his best friend. And with the best friend, he made it a point. He made it very clear that I was not to fall for this best friend.
Wow,
and I thought,
did he have like an intuition? like what was his...
I think it was more so of an insecurity than an intuition, and that in itself psyched him out for the entire relationship, which is sad in a way.
That is sad, yeah.
But it was this whole thing. It was like every 2 weeks he'd bring it up, like, okay, so when we get to college and you meet this friend, do not fall for this best friend. Like, do not fall for it.
Can we take a quick commercial break on how the brain works? So you guys probably know this, but whenever somebody tells you don't do this or don't do that, what does your mind immediately want to do?
The exact thing you're told not to do.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. I just want to point this out for anybody that's like telling the girl that they're like really into, please don't like my best friend.
Exactly.
That's not good.
I would like to foreshadow and just say that I am a strong-minded person, so my immediate thinking was like, I'm too strong for that. I will not. I am not a weak-willed person.
Ooh.
I know exactly what I like. I've made this decision.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to just change my mind on a whim just because you tried to pique my interest with this. But
but she says,
when we arrived at college, I met this friend, and I actually hated you. You were the worst person I'd ever met in my life.
So now you've switched up and you're talking about Mr. Gordon. We got to keep
Mr. Gordon.
So let's do, when we talk about previous guy, we're going to go best friend,
bestie,
and then we're going Mr. Gordon is the right now he's the bad character.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, she's saying it right now in the story. She didn't like you.
Oh yeah, she hated me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were not compatible. I was the type to like joke around and friendly banter and all that, but she just was so incredibly sensitive that my God, just wanted to fight me.
I'm with you. Like, I love to banter, and girls that get their feelings hurt really easy would not be my jam either.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to just play around. So like, at first it was kind of that kind of relationship, and then I just kind of be hanging out with the best friend. We'd be kicking it, and she'd just be there, I guess.
Yeah.
But then as we started like going out, drinks started coming into the mix, and my mind got a little hazy. Judgment flew out the window sometimes.
Blame it on the
yeah, absolutely. So eventually, you're gonna take it. Eventually, I started to catch feelings for her.
Oh yeah.
Which was complicated because I didn't want to be a bad person.
Well, yeah, and you got the bro code and...
Yeah, so I was trying to, like, keep up with that. But then I started finding out that the best friend was actually talking to this girl that he used to talk to back in high school when we were in high school together.
Okay.
So not Mrs. Gordon, this was some totally other girl. And they were talking, like, sexting basically and things like that, and on FaceTime or whatever.
Cracking the armor.
Right, and so he would tell me about it, and I'd be like, dude, I thought you wanted this girl here, like Mrs. Gordon. I thought you were really into her. Like, what's going on? You're telling me you're changed and all that.
Yeah.
But I guess not. And then eventually I told you about it. You want to take over?
You told me about it because
I love it.
It was going to a point where he was texting someone late at night around 12 a.m., 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, I'd still be awake, and I'd be like, hey, what's going on? He'd be like, oh, nothing, just texting a buddy. But it was just, this you can call a woman's intuition. Fine.
Yeah.
You know better, and you can feel things, and obviously when there's a lie.
Right.
So you're just like, okay. But instead of going through the phone or waiting to find the signs, you just kind of go into your head, because if he's cheating, is there another woman? Am I the other woman? And you just have all these other mixed emotions.
Oh, yeah.
So I just didn't want to get involved, but I was already very involved. And so it was just a lot of upset emotions. And then Mr. Jones, being one of our friends, our mutual friends now, was trying to console me while at the same time trying to be a good friend to Bestie. And that was very contradictory. And so it got to a point where Mr. Jones decided he could go.
Mr. Gordon. Yeah, either one. Yeah.
Mr. Gordon.
Oh, okay. I thought we threw in a new character. I was like, wow, okay. Now Jones. Okay, so Mr. Gordon is trying to. Okay, say it again now so I can understand. So Mr. Gordon is both trying to console you and still trying to remain friends.
Still trying to be a good bestie to Bestie.
That's hard. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so deciding that I was, it was a little messed up to just watch me cry at you while your friend was cheating on me.
Right. Yeah.
So Mr. Gordon decided to come to a very nice decision to let me know what was going on. And so then the ball was in my court.
Yes.
And I love to play basketball. So the game started.
Quotable.
The game started. Now that I knew that I wasn't crazy and that there was something going on, I wanted to play. I wanted to have fun too.
Ooh.
So since we weren't exclusive, I said, you know what? Let's go back to the first time we met when you told me not to fall for your best friend.
Oh, snap.
I think we are going to talk to Mr. Gordon. I think Mr. Gordon and I are very compatible. We've been besties this whole time.
So this is like almost like revenge dating
absolutely.
At this point. Okay.
And Mr. Gordon was not having it. And I tell you, I made the most outlandish advances at Mr. Gordon.
And tell me about those most outlandish advances.
There was one specific instance when I invited Mr. Gordon over to my apartment, and my roommate had just gone.
Yes.
And Mr. Gordon was sitting on my bed very respectfully and waiting for me to get done dressing in my bathroom.
Because he is a gentleman, I can see that.
And so she comes out in a towel and nothing else. Says,
snap.
what did you tell me? You were like, so what should I wear? Or something like that. And
I asked what outfit I should wear for the night, and then when you did not look at me and just kept averting your eyes, I said, okay, well, it's going to take me a bit longer. If you'd like to shower with me, the shower is a bit small. but I'll make room.
You are so
And
forward,
then I
young
walk
lady.
in front of Mr. Gordon and drop the towel.
Oh boy, and
And
he's
Mr. Gordon
he's a
looked
mere mortal.
up. Mr. Gordon looked up.
No,
he
he's
looked
a
up
mere
at
mortal.
the ceiling.
Yeah, he is a mere mortal.
He looks up at the
you
ceiling, and I just
femme
stand
fatale,
there and
you.
I wait, and I'm like, okay. And on my way out into the bathroom to take my shower, I leave every door open, and I leave a nice little trail of what I was wearing before I had the towel on. Wow. And then I leave the bathroom shower curtain open, and I'm just waiting.
Wow. So, okay, the drums are... Did Mr. Gordon manage to hold himself together, or did he succumb to your feminine wiles?
He can answer that.
I'll let you, let's hear from Mr. Gordon.
I didn't do it because I'm strong.
You are, bro. Now, I'm like, no joke. I wish I could do like 100 dudes put up their hands. How many of us could have, especially, like, it'd be one thing if you weren't attracted or whatever, but you liked this girl at this point. So strictly on just like bro code and honor. Wow. Okay, gold medal goes to you, bro.
I was trying. I think that was it though. That's where I snapped because after that I didn't care.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, you are a mere mortal, or I assume you bleed like the rest of us. Wow.
Yeah. After a while, like that just ended, and it got to a point where we kind of just drifted away.
Yeah, with Bestie.
I took her.
With Bestie.
I took Mrs. Gordon. She's mine now.
I love it. Well, and it sounds like you're definitely much more deserving, or she's more deserving of you. You're deserving of her. However you want to look at that.
Well, he definitely wasn't treating me very well at all.
No, Mr. Gordon is much more. You guys are much more like meant for each other, is what I was saying. But yeah, so I'm curious. That's amazing, and I love that you guys ended up. That's beautiful, and I love the sexy start to it. Like, that's fantastic.
On the other side.
Other side? Okay, cool. I'm curious, how did things sort of officially end? Wait, where do I go?
We gotta hit the call box.
Call box.
Where's the call box?
To our far left.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, we're gonna. You know what? We're gonna, since we're gonna go around again. The person behind us will just think we're bonkers, and that's okay. He or she is not entirely wrong. Okay, so how did things end with Bestie?
So you wanna?
Sure, I'll go ahead and let that be known. Bestie kind of caught wind of the whole situation of what was going on, because at a certain point we were just very obvious because we didn't care. Yeah. Because we also had all this background knowledge, so why would we care?
Exactly.
And then when Bestie decided to bring it to my knowledge, like, hey, this is really messed up, I want to talk to you about it. I told you specifically not to fall for Bestie, and I was like, right, for Mr. Gordon.
I get it. Yeah. It's
but you did not tell me that you were going to be a terrible person. You didn't tell me that as soon as I got to college you were going to change your whole personality, and also that you had a whole girlfriend that you had been dating for years.
Oh, wow.
This wasn't some relationship on and off.
Oh, this wasn't like a little like dalliance. This was
this was a high school sweetheart that ventured her way into college, and I was the other woman.
Oh,
I was so
okay.
mortified.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, any sort of like, poor Bestie, like he caught it, like it is, even the last little bits just evaporated. He got his comeuppance, as they say in Old English, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
And 6 years later, here we are.
6 years later, here you are. Well, you guys are awesome, and thank you so much for sharing the story. I love this.
This was fun.
This was really fun. I feel very free.
Thank you. The scene of her dropping her towel in front of him and proceeding to relieve herself of every article of her clothing on the way to an open shower. And then Mr. Gordon not breaking is like a scene out of a movie. So good. And they just seem like a great couple. Glad it all worked out the way it did. Taking a cue from our last and final story for this evening, we sometimes head down roads that lead us to heartbreak. I'm sure she didn't enjoy finding out that she was the other woman in her ex-boyfriend's life. And then there is the awkward realization that her ex's bestie might actually be the right guy. It's funny how many times in life we're headed in a particular direction and discover it's not going to work out at all like we thought it was going to. if we drop our proverbial towel and shake what our mama gave us, maybe, just maybe, we'll find what we're truly looking for in a new and unexpected area. Here's to wishing for all of us that we find what we're meant for, even if it means leaving what is sometimes the easier path that we're already on. This is what happens when you are a rideshare driver in Atlanta and ask people for their stories. These weren't handpicked people with great stories. They just happened to get in my car and be gracious enough to share with all of us. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be in Atlanta and need to grab a rideshare and end up telling the rest of us the next great story on BCP. I'd actually encourage you to, every so often, just ask a stranger to share a story from their life. You never know what you might learn. I believe that our stories are powerful. They can make you laugh, cringe, cry, or even get you to think or feel differently. Our stories can truly make this world a little bit better place. So please subscribe, rate, and listen to this podcast and share it with as many adults as possible. It would mean so much to me. First and foremost, I want to thank the incredible writers who trusted me with your stories. You're my heroes. Thanks also to all the people in the background who have believed in this project/dream. All of the music on this podcast was found on pixabay.com, and it was free, which is an amazing gift when you're starting a podcast on a shoestring budget.